Hello dear students, I am Jai Kishan. Welcome to the first part of chapter 7, that is triangles. Students, till now we have completed our first 6 chapters, that is number system, polynomials, coordinate geometry, linear equation in two variables, Euclid's geometry and lines and angles. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is triangles. So students, what is triangle? What are the types of triangle? Okay, all the introduction part means all the basic terms about triangles we have studied in our earlier classes. But then also we'll start this chapter from the basic, okay, from the beginning, that what is triangle and what are the types of triangle. And what major thing we'll see in this chapter, we'll see the congruency of triangles, okay, and what are the types, that how to prove that two triangles are congruent, okay, all these things we'll see in this chapter. So let us start from the beginning, that what is triangle, what is the definition of triangle. Let us see. So we can define a triangle by in a plane, okay, means on a plane surface, like this is a plane surface, okay, this paper of sheet is a plane surface. So in a plane, the region bounded by three sides is known as triangle, okay. So see, this is a triangle, this is a plane, and on this plane this is a triangle, because this region, okay, this region is bounded by three sides. The sides are what? The sides are AB, okay, this is the side AB, the side BC and the side AC, okay. So basically the region bounded by three sides is known as triangle. It has three vertices, okay. What are the vertices? Vertices means it is basically the plural of the word vertex. Vertex means the corner point, okay. So vertices are what? What are the vertices of this triangle? A, okay, A is one vertex, B is second vertex, and C is the third vertex, okay. So all these three are the vertices of this triangle. Three angles and three sides, okay. Three angles. What are the three angles? This is an angle. In the last chapter, lines and angles, I have told you that an angle is formed by two rays, okay, which have same initial point. So here these are not rays, but these are two sides, okay, but they have same initial point. So this is an angle which is formed in a triangle. So it is angle A. So in this triangle, what are the angles? Angle A, okay, this is angle B, and this is angle C, okay. So in a triangle, three sides are there, three vertices are there, and three angles are there, okay. This is clear. And when you will talk about sides and angles, okay, so basically sides and angles, okay, so this is 3 and angles are also 3, okay, total 6. These 6 are known as 6 elements, means 3 side and 3 angles are known as 6 elements of triangle. So in congruency chapter, means in the congruency topic, we'll study about these 6 elements, okay. We'll use these 6 elements to prove any triangle congruent, okay. What is congruency? We'll see that later, but here we have to study that what is triangle. A triangle is a region in a plane that is bounded by three sides, okay, A triangle has three vertices, three angles and three sides. Vertices are A, B, C. Angles are angle A, angle B and angle C. And sides are AB, BC and AC. Okay. Now students, what can be the type of triangles? Okay, what are the types of triangle? On the basis of qualification of a triangle means on the basis of some characteristics of triangle, the triangle is divided in some parts. So let us see what are the types of triangle. Types of triangle. So students, as I have told you that types of triangle means the triangle is categorized on the two bases. And what are the two bases? First is on the basis of its sides, means on when you will take the characteristics of their sides, means when you will see the characteristics of their sides, then the triangles are of three types. Okay, and when you will see the characteristics about their angles, then also the triangles are of three types. Okay, so firstly let us see the categorization of triangle on the basis of their sides. Okay, so the first part is equilateral triangle. Okay, lateral means students side. Okay, lateral means sides and equi means equal. So equilateral means equal sides. Okay, so the type of triangle where all the sides are equal to each other, that is AB equal to BC equal to AC, means all the sides are equal to each other, then this type of triangle is known as equilateral triangle. Okay, what I have told you, when all sides of a triangle are equal to each other, then that type of triangle is known as equilateral triangle. Okay, and one more characteristic is there, since it is the categorization of triangle on the basis of its sides, but in this type of triangle, means in the type of equilateral triangle, one more thing is there, and that its all angles are equal to 60 degree. Okay, its all angles are equal to 60 degree. So we can also say that in the type of equilateral triangle, angle A is equal to angle B is equal to angle C, and that is equal to 60 degree. Okay, so this is the first type of types of triangle, that is equilateral triangle. The second one is scalene triangle. Okay, and what is scalene triangle, students? So as you can see from the figure, okay, its no sides are equal to each other. No sides are equal to each other means AB will not be equal to BC. Okay, this is not equal to sign. Equal to, and when you will cancel it, it is not equal to. AB is not equal to AC also, and BC is not equal to, okay, BC is not equal to AC. Means its no sides are equal to each other, means all sides are of the different measurement. Okay, then this type of triangle, when no sides are equal to each other, then this type of triangle is known as scalene triangle. Okay, this is known as scalene triangle. Isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles triangle in isosceles triangle, two sides are equal to each other. Okay, iso means two. Okay, and scales means same measurement. So basically in isosceles triangles, two sides are of the same measurement. Here you can see that AB side is equal to AC. Okay, so if AB is equal to AC, and the third side is not equal to either AB or AC, means third side is of some different measurement. So basically in that triangle, when two sides are equal to each other, okay, and third side is different, then that type of triangle is known as isosceles triangle. Okay students, so these were the categorization of triangle on the basis of its sides. The first one is when all sides are equal to each other, that is equilateral triangle. The second one is when no sides are equal to each other, that is a scalene triangle. And the third one is when two sides are equal to each other, that is isosceles triangle. Okay students, this is clear. Okay, now let us see the type of triangle on the basis of angles. Okay, so students, before that I want to remind you about types of angles. Students, in the topic types of angles, we have studied about obtuse angle, acute angle, right angle. What are obtuse angle? There we have seen an angle whose measure is greater than 90 degree, then that angle is known as obtuse angle. Okay, what are acute angles? So angle whose measure is less than 90 degree, then that angle is known as acute angle. And what are right angles? So I have told you there that the angle whose measure is exactly equal to 90 degree, then that angle is known as right angle. So students, basically the types of triangle on the basis of angles is based upon that. Okay, like the first part is obtuse angle triangle. Okay, so in a triangle, when the measure of one angle is more than 90 degree, see, in triangle ABC, angle B is greater than 90 degree. Okay, so angle B is greater than 90 degree, then this type of triangle is known as obtuse angled triangle. Okay, but before this I want to ask you one question. Can two angles be there in a triangle greater than 90 degree is possible? Okay, is there two angles is possible whose measures is greater than 90 degree? No. Okay, the answer is no, because we know that the sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So if we will make two angles whose measures is greater than 90 degree, then their sum will be what? More than 180 degree. Then it is not possible that in a triangle two angle greater than 90 degree. Okay, so only one angle is possible whose measure can be greater than 90 degree, and other two angles are less than 90 degree will be there. Okay, so if someone asks that in a triangle is it possible that two angles are greater than 90 degree, so you will say that no. Okay, in a triangle only one angle can be greater than 90 degree. Okay, so in obtuse angle triangle we have seen that one angle is greater than 90 degree. It is not necessary that only angle B can be greater than 90 degree. Among three, okay, any angle can be greater than 90 degree, but only one. Okay, not more than one. So when an angle is greater than 90 degree in a triangle, then that type of triangle is known as obtuse angled triangle. Okay, I think it will be clear to you. Okay, now what is acute angled triangle? So as we have seen here, okay, that one angle is greater than 90 degree. Here acute angled means all the angles, angle A, angle B, angle C, okay, all the angles should be less than 90 degree. Okay, so when in a triangle all the angles are less than 90 degree, then that type of triangle is known as acute angled triangle. Okay students, once again let us see, when in a triangle all the angles are measuring less than 90 degree, then that type of triangle is known as acute angled triangle. What is right angled triangle? So as we have seen the definition of right angle, that an angle whose measures is exactly 90 degree. Okay, so here also in the definition of right angled triangle we can see that a triangle whose one angle is exactly equal to 90 degree. It is not necessary that angle B will only be 90 degree. Okay, any angle can be 90 degree in these three. Okay, but like here I have told you that only one angle is possible whose measures is greater than 90 degree. Okay, so here also in a triangle only one angle will be there, that will be 90 degree. Okay, and other two will be less than 90 degree. Okay, so this type of triangle is known as right angled triangle, means whose one angle is exactly equal to 90 degree. So basically all these are the 6 types of triangle. Okay, 3 are categorized on the basis of their sides: equilateral, all sides are equal; scalene, no sides are equal; isosceles, means 2 sides are equal. On the basis of angle, obtuse angle whose one angle is greater than 90 degree; acute angle whose all 3 angles are less than 90 degree; and right angle triangle whose one angle is exactly equal to 90 degree. Other than this students, one more type of triangle is there, and that is right angled isosceles triangle. Okay, what is the characteristic of this triangle? So basically this is the combination of right angled triangle and isosceles triangle. What we have seen in isosceles triangle, its 2 sides are equal. So basically in right angle isosceles triangle, AB side will be equal to BC side. Okay, and right angled it is also, so angle B will be 90 degree also. So this triangle is known as right angled isosceles triangle. In this, AB and BC will be equal to each other. Okay, AC cannot be equal to each other. Okay, AC cannot be equal to AB or BC. AB and BC means perpendicular and base will be equal to each other, and this is the third side, means hypotenuse will not be equal to any other. Okay, and it is right angle, so this angle B is 90 degree. So here in this type of triangle, AB is equal to BC and angle B is equal to 90 degree. So this is the characteristic of this type of triangle, that is right angled isosceles triangle. Sometimes in the exercises the question related to this are given. Okay, right angled isosceles triangle. So students, just pause the video and note it down, all the things whatever it is written here. Okay, all are important. Just note down properly in your fair copy. Next topic is congruent figures. So what are congruent figures, students? Two plane figures are called congruent if and only if they have exactly the same shape and the same size. Okay, suppose students, two figures are there which are exactly same in the shape and exactly same in the size, then that figures are known as congruent figure. Exactly same means their measures should be equal, their shapes should be equal. Okay, like this. Okay, here I have drawn two circles which is exactly equal, okay, means whose size is exactly equal. Okay, since it is a circle, then it is obvious that they will be same in the shape. Okay, both are the circles, so they are same in the shape. But how we can say that their size are same? So suppose they both are of the same radius, means if the radius of this circle is 1 centimeter, then the radius of this circle should also be 1 centimeter. Then we can say that the circles are congruent. Okay, their shape should be same. Like we cannot compare a circle with a square. Okay, if you have taken one circle and one square, okay, so maybe it is possible that their area are same, but it can not be possible that their shape are same. Okay, so in the figures whose shape is same, size is same, then that figures are congruent. So these circles are congruent circles. Okay, here two squares are there. One is ABCD, okay, and one is PQRS. So in these two squares, okay, both are the squares, then it is clear that it is same in the shape. But what about their size? So if I will say that the side AB is equal to PQ, the side BC is equal to QR, means, and the side CD is equal to RS, and the side AD is equal to PS. Okay, so basically the corresponding sides are equal, means AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and RS is equal to CD. Okay, and this side AD is equal to PS. So if the corresponding sides are equal of the two shapes, then that figures are congruent. Okay, see, they are exactly same in the shape and exactly same in the size, then that figures are known as congruent figure. So either they will be circle or square or rectangle or triangle or whatever the shape are there. Okay, whatever the shape are there, if they are same in the shape and same in the size, then that figures are known as congruent figures. Okay students, I think it is clear to you that two figures, when they are same in the shape and same in the size, then that figures are known as congruent figures. Now let us correlate this topic to congruent triangles. Then what are congruent triangles? So two triangles are called congruent if and only if they have exactly the same shape and the same size. Okay, here also in the definition we can say that if two triangles are of the same shape and same size, then that triangles are known as congruent triangles, like this. Okay, suppose these two triangles are there, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. So if in this triangle the corresponding sides are equal, corresponding means the exactly the same side, like AB is equal to PQ. Okay, so here if AB is equal to PQ, BC equal to QR, BC equal to QR, and AC is equal to PR. Okay, means all the three sides are correspondingly equal to this triangle, and all the three corresponding angles, that is angle A equal to angle P, angle B equal to angle Q, and angle C, angle B equal to angle Q, and angle C equal to angle R. Okay students, so when the corresponding parts of one triangle is exactly equal to corresponding parts of the other triangle, then that type of triangles are known as congruent triangles. Okay, see, the side AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and AC is equal to PR. Okay, means the corresponding parts of one triangle is equal to the corresponding parts of other triangle. Okay, so we can say that the triangle ABC, is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, now mathematically we can represent this situation that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Mathematically we can represent this situation as triangle ABC is congruent. This is the sign of congruent. Okay, equal to and 1 like this. Okay, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, this sign means congruent to. This is the sign of congruency. Okay, so like this we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. So what we have studied, when two triangles are congruent if and only if they have exactly the same shape and the same size. Okay, I have given you the example also that if two triangles are there, then if their corresponding parts, that is side AB is equal to PQ, side BC is equal to QR, and side AC is equal to PR. Okay, the corresponding sides are equal. Now what about angle? The corresponding angles should be equal. That is, angle A should be equal to angle P, angle B should be equal to angle Q, and angle C should be equal to angle R. Okay, so if the corresponding parts of two triangles are equal, then the triangles are congruent. Okay, and how mathematically we can represent it, that triangle ABC corresponding to triangle PQR. Okay, so this is the sign of congruency. Okay students, now students, let us summarize the topic congruent triangles. Okay, so basically what we have studied, congruent triangles are equal in all respect, as we have seen that the triangles are same in the shape as well as same in the size. So congruent triangles are equal in all respects. If two triangles are congruent, then any one can be superposed on the other to cover it exactly. What does it mean? When we'll put this triangle on this triangle, then this triangle will be exactly covered. Okay, so this is called superimpose. Okay, if triangle PQR is superimposing on triangle ABC, then triangle ABC will exactly covered by triangle PQR. Okay, the third point is, in congruent triangles, the sides and the angle which coincide by superposition are called corresponding sides and corresponding angles. So here you have seen that I am saying that side AB is corresponding to side PQ and corresponding sides are equal. Means AB is equal to PQ, BC is equal to QR, and AC is equal to PR. What does it mean? When I am putting this triangle, I am superimposing this triangle on the triangle ABC, then its side PQ is covering side AB. So these are corresponding. Side QR is covering side BC. So these two sides are corresponding. And side PQ is covering side AC. So AC and PR is corresponding sides. Okay. Angle P is covering angle A, so these are corresponding angle. Angle Q is covering angle B, so these are corresponding angle. Angle R is covering angle C, so these are corresponding angles. Okay, so when one figure means one triangle we are superimposing on the other triangle, then the parts that is cover the respective parts are known as what? Corresponding sides or corresponding angles. So basically this was the third point. And the last part, which is very important, that the order of the letters in the names of congruent triangles displays the corresponding relationship between the two triangles. Okay, what does it mean, students? See, earlier I have told you that two triangles are congruent, and I have give you a mathematical representation, that is a triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Okay, is congruent to triangle PQR. See students, there is a logic to write the order of the name. Means triangle ABC, we can write this triangle ABC like triangle CBA, triangle BCA, or triangle ACB. Okay, like this we can represent it in many way. Okay, but if we have represented that triangle ABC is corresponding to triangle PQR, the order of the letters are having some meaning. What meaning? See, the order of the letters means A is at the first position in triangle ABC, and here P is at the first position in triangle PQR. Means angle A will corresponding to angle P. Okay, angle A will correspond to angle P. B is at the second position in triangle ABC, and here Q is on the second position in triangle ABC. So basically angle B will correspond to angle Q, and the third one C is at the third position, and R is also at the third position. Then angle C will be equal to angle R. Okay, so these are about angles. When we talk about side, so see, AB is the first pair, first two letter to side AB, and this side AB will be equal to the side PQ. Okay, means order of the letter is important. See, order of the letter is AB, first two letters AB, and here first two letters PQ. So AB side will be equal to PQ. Now take the last two, means second and third, that is BC. Second and third is BC na, and here second and third is QR. Then BC side will be equal to QR. Okay, and the first and third, that is AC, and here first and third is PR. Then AC side will be equal to PR. So basically in the congruency of triangle, the order of the letters are very important. Okay, it has the meaning. If I will change here, if I will make it like this, that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle RQP. Now the whole figure is changed. Okay, now the whole figure is changed. Means now angle A will equal to angle R. Angle B will be equal to angle Q. Okay, if triangle ABC and triangle RQP are congruent, then angle A will be equal to angle R, angle B will be equal to angle Q, and angle C will be equal to angle P. Why? Because at the first position A is here, and at the first position R is there. At the second position B is there, and at the second position angle Q is there, and at the third position angle C is there, and at the third position P is there. Okay, so basically in the names of the triangle, okay, when you are saying that two triangles are congruent, then the order of letters are very important. Okay, and according to that, according to the name of the triangle, Okay, we can tell that which part is corresponding to which part. Okay, in this, if you are talking about side, the side AB will be equal to side RQ. AB will be equal to RQ. Okay, BC will be equal to QP, and the first and third, that is AC, equal to RP. Okay, so like this you can understand that order of letter in the names of the triangle are very important here in the congruency topic. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood. Okay, so in the next part we'll see that what kind of congruencies are there. So just pause the video and note it down. This is enough for today, students. Thank you, students.